It's the two sheep audio because I love hearing the sheep going bah when it's your turn. So I guess let me do a few more puzzles because my audio was lost on that. That is such a rip. So hopefully the stream is going to keep running. So the puzzles here on two sheep are really fun because while you're waiting for a match, you can play these puzzles. And so far, what the puzzles are is I guess they're just getting into it. So it's what is the pick for first position in a four-player match. So you have to, there's going to be a couple different right answers, and what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to choose a settlement placement and pointing your road also in the correct direction as to what a competitive high-ranking Catan player would place if they were going first in a four-player base Catan match. So looking at this board, we got weak wheat, we got 3, 10, 10, 12 wheat. So you're going to want to build on some more juicy resources that you can get on a good port and port those for your wheat. So I'm going to say, without a doubt, a 458 is a great settlement spot, but I'm actually going to go for the one, since I'm pretty sure about 458, I'm going to say 469 a sheep port with road pointing towards sheep port is going to be another correct answer of the three or so. And I guess that was completely wrong because I guess when you place first, you got to think about what's going to be left over later on. So 5810 was the correct answer. Get a wheat, a somewhat one of the best wheat on the board, even though it's not. 10 is all right. 569, obviously going to be a stellar choice out to Orport. I thought 469 had some potential, but I guess I was wrong. Let's go to another puzzle here. Okay, so looking at this board, now I have to think about what's going to be left on the way back. So I got to try to talk that out as well. So if I'm looking at something like a 5, 9, 10 to start out, then let's just say 4, 8, 10 is going to be taken, and then maybe 5, 8, 10 on the left side of the board to the 3, 4 port is going to be taken, 3, 4, 8 is going to be taken. So that would put the first placements for all four players, and then if someone takes the 3, 4, 8 on the way back, they're going to want wheat and ore, so they're going to take 3, 6, 9, which means that the third place player who built on 5, 8, 10, let's say, is probably going to build on something like a 3, 6, 11 or maybe even a 6, 11, 12 to get that starting road to get up to wheat port. So let's say they go 6, 11, 12. And then second place went on 4, 8, 10, so they might want some brick and ore, so they might go 3, 6, 11, leaving me, who placed first on the 5, 9, 10, to be looking for, no. Second place 4, 8, 10 is going to go 5, 6, 11 instead of 3, 6, 11 because you're going to pick up the 5 brick there. And if I'm on 5, 9, 10 to start, I'm going to want some ore, but 3, 6, 9's been taken. Either 3, 4, 8 or 4, 8, 10 have been taken. So I might have to settle for the 3, 6 desert because someone's on 6, 11, 12 and someone's on 5, 6, 11 around that 6 ore. So, or what I could do is I want to pick up some sheep potentially. So I could just roll with the... Someone's on 5, 8, 10 sheep, someone's on 3, 4, 8 sheep, brick, wood. So I might just take the... If someone's on the 3, 6, 9 at the bottom, I might take 5, 2, 3 for 1, but I don't really like that spot. So instead of this 5, 9, 10 to start, I might want to pick a different starting position to ensure that there's at least something decent for me at the very end. I mean, 5, 9, 10 gets me at the wood ports, but what else could I go for? Yeah, the brick, I feel like I want to build on the 5 brick to start, though, because the brick is just, it's just not there. And I'll touch on the ore as well. I might go 5, 6, 11 to start, but then it's going to take 1, 2, 3 roads to get to Brickport. So if I build on 5, 6, 11 to start, this is interesting. Let's play this out. Then, let's say second place maybe gets on... I would say they get on the 3, 6, 9 and take away the other good ore spot right away, pointing downwards to ore port or 3 for 1. And then third place will maybe want to go They almost might want to go 4, 5, 10 to touch on the sheep, but I'll say they go 5, 9, 10 for a third placement, because then they only 2 placements away from getting a decent spot on the way back with some sheep. Okay, so we got me on 5, 6, 11. Second place could go on 3, 6, 9 at the bottom. Third place, 5, 9, 10. Fourth place is going to want, because they're going to place double. So I'm going to say fourth place. Do they want the ore? The 6, 11, 12 up to Sheetport, or sorry, Wheatport, if they go ahead and grab some good wheat. That could be interesting. They could almost do like a 4, 9, 11 to grab the sheep, and then go 6, 11, 12. Start with the automatic road. They just need one more. Get someone to trade them a brick, and then they're on there. But I don't think they can leave open like a 4, 8, 10 spot. So let's put fourth place. I almost want to put them on the Sheetport, or get them close. Something like a Foo-wee. Let's put fourth place on. Ooh, this is kind of tricky now that I think about it, because if third place on 5, 9, 10, fourth place could go. I'm gonna put fourth place. They're going 8, 10 Sheetport, and then 5, 8, 10 on the left side, grabbing a bunch of sheep. And that means third place with 5, 9, 10 will look for. They can't go 4, 5, 10 because they're right next to 5, 9, 10. They can't go 8, 4, 10 because someone's on Sheetport on 8, 10. I'm going to put them on. If someone's on 3, 6, 9, I'm going to put them on 3, 4, 8. They're going to grab a sheep and they're going to grab an ore and have another wood. And 5, 9, 10 will be close to Woodport. So that's going to be good for third place then. Third place is 5, 9, 10. Brick, wood, wheat, and then there are also 3, 4, 8 or sheep, wood over to Woodport. So that's going to be third place. Second place, who built on the 3, 6, 9, is obviously going to want some sheep. So if someone is on the 3, 4, 8, they're on 3, 6, 9, they might want to almost go 4, 9, 11. Because if someone's on 5, 8, 10. No, I'll put them on 3, 4, 8 because no one's on 3, 4, 8 yet. So second place is going to go 3, 6, 9 at the bottom, 3, 4, 8 at the top left, which just leaves me on 5, 6, 11 needing sheep and wood. But that's going to be tough to find. So someone's on 3, 6, 9, 3, 4, 8. 4, 9, 11 is not the best. 8, 5, 10, 3, 6, 9. That leaves 2, 9, 10 open. That's kind of a weak spot as well. Yeah, I'll probably put them on put myself on 4, 9, 11, and then building up to Wheatport. So let's try that out. Let's see if my. Okay, it'll be 5, 9, 10, and 3, 6, 9. So those are my initial guesses. So I was trying to see if I get like a hard to answer third option, but it's gonna be just the 5, 9, 10, and 3, 6, 9. Okay, let's try one more. First position. Ooh, 5, 6, 9. How can you go wrong? 3, 4, 1 port. Give me that answer. Okay, so again, I'm trying to figure out these puzzles. So 5, 8, 10 is the clear first choice, and then the faded ones are like backup options. And they get this one, 3, 8, 10 is super faded. I can barely see it. 5, 6, 9 is what I picked, and then 4, 5, 8 is like a interesting backup. 5, 8, 10 here, but the 5, 8, 10 at the top because the 10 brick is the best. Okay, let me try to get one more here before we start a match. Let's go for. If I go 5, 8, 10. Brick, ooh, brick kind of is whack. So we're going to go 5, 6, 9 because there's only one good brick. That's got to be the right answer. Thank you! We finally got the right answer on puzzles. So these are pretty tricky, actually. And then a faded backup spot is 5, 8, 10 battling for Wheatport. Or maybe that's just showing what second place or a future player would do. wherever you place first. Maybe that's how it goes. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and refresh. That's not going to get me there, so I'm going to go out of here. I'll refresh the YouTube. Maybe someone dropped a subscribe. Not yet. We'll go to twosheep.io once again. Let's go, no lobbies. Let's create a lobby.